I wanted to have you on to talk about the Big Beautiful Bill. And so what your thoughts are on that. I'm inundated by emails now with people who are either concerned about it, they love it. Most people don't know. What kind of light can you shed?
Well, it was necessary because the Democrats have put the country in such a vulnerable position that our national security was being threatened.
Yeah.
No conservative likes the amount of money being spent on it. I've been assured by our local congressman, my friend here, Mark Harris, that a rescission bill is on the backside to cut to try to implement more of the DOGE cuts. But I want you to know there are three major areas the bill covers that have been absolutely necessary, both for national security and to ensure that the economy doesn't blow up. The first is the extension of the 2017 Trump tax cuts to make them permanent. Those would have sunset, and we would go back to Obama-era tax rates, which would have blown the economy up, in a bad way. And so that's the first thing. So we are guaranteed the protection of the continued lower tax rate that President Trump implemented in his first term, in which the Democrats even benefited from during the 4 years of the Biden disastrous nightmare. Second thing is border security. We have funds to now finally complete the border wall and to shore up ICE activities. And that is something that, the disaster at the border has been a national security, time bomb, especially ever since the Biden came in and just opened the borders wide open. We think we've got, nobody knows for sure, but around 20 million illegals that crossed over. We have no idea how many of those are peaceful or otherwise. We know that there are a number of violent illegals that have come across. The Mexican warlords and gang members have been very involved in the border, especially around the Rio Grande River and coming into Arizona and even in California with human trafficking and, of course, fentanyl importation. And as I've mentioned on a number of times, we lost 58,000 men and women in the Vietnam War. We lost more Americans to fentanyl in 1 year than we did in 10 years in the Vietnam War. Matter of fact, about 3 or 4 years ago, the FBI, commandeered a tractor trailer in Arizona with enough fentanyl in it to kill the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. That's how deadly this stuff is. So the border, we had an invasion at the border, and the second component of the Big Beautiful Bill is going to deal with that. Now, there are many other aspects as well. We're defunding Planned Parenthood. We're doing a lot of great things, but from another big picture standpoint, as the next naval officer, I've been concerned for some time about the slippage of our Navy in terms of the number of ships that we've lost. The Chinese Navy now has the largest Navy in the world. Our guys are very good. We have, these 10 or so carrier task force that are very good, but is going to engage in a massive shipbuilding program to try to make up the damage the Democrats have caused by neglecting the U.S. Navy. And so in those three areas, those are areas of important national concern. The president also is finally going to try to put in a missile defense system for the United States. We've seen with the numerous missile attacks in Israel what our Patriot missiles alone are capable of doing. But the sad fact of the matter is we don't have that type of system in the United States in the event that we were, that if a missile attack were launched. President Reagan wanted to do it. He called it Star Wars back in the 1980s. Democrats laughed at him. The Big Beautiful Bill will finally bring that component in there. The problem, of course, is the spending, and we've got to attack that as we move forward in the future. I'm trusting that Congress and Mike Johnson and those are going to be able to come in with this rescission bill that Mark Harris has talked to me about. But you have to kind of balance the good against the not good, and the positives outweigh the negatives at this particular point in time. Having said that, you've heard me say over and over again, we've got to get the national debt under control. It in and of itself is a ticking time bomb. But now that these national security measures that I've talked about have been put into place, our focus has to be to eliminate unnecessary agencies, not just the Department of Education, but the IRS and many others that need to go and just totally be eliminated. And all that savings is going to have to be applied to the national debt. So it's a great start in the right direction. When every Democrat votes against it, that tells you something, Donna, and every Democrat votes against it So that is, they're united. You're unified against it, and so that tells you it's got to be good.